motor mounts and lower down the motor. So far looks pretty good so far. Okay, so far you see this gap right here. Got this gap right here, the transmission. I took out 3 bolts out up here, 1, 2, and then 3 back there, and then the starter. Then this motor mount is out, and the rear's out. I just got the front motor mount, and I had 1 more bolt right back down here. It was right there, the other bolt. See if I could put a light on. There's a bolt right here. So that bolt was holding it. Was pretty tight. I had to heat it up with a torch, which was this torch right here. Heat it up just a little bit, you know, just to get a little red. And let it cool down. Then I was able to pop it open. And I'm glad about that because it looked like it's about to strip. And boy, I tell you, it was an odd spot. So, so now I take this motor mount out. The transmission just fall down, and I could just pull it out. Got the axles out of the way, and hopefully it don't be too heavy. I'm just gonna have to get another jack under here. But so far that's it. That's all I had left. I took all the harness and stuff out of it, so it should be fine now. Alright, after I pull it out with that motor mount, when I pull it out, then I should show you how to install the clutch. Okay, here it goes. Got it. It took all out. It's hanging on the jack here, and so all I do is bring it back down, and slowly I'm gonna bring it down. So I'm gonna just got in. Feels kind of heavy a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera off, and then just do it gradually down. All right, 10-4. Okay, so this is the progress so far. I had to take this cable out. I didn't know how to take this cable out. I had to pull it down and then pull it out of there. Here it goes. This is just, it's off. You see how it's off right now? Let's see if we get a nice angle to it. It's off right now. I just bring it down, and I should be able to take it out. And then I'm gonna clean the bell housing. Clean it all inside first, and probably finish it tomorrow if I could. But right now it was just a matter of taking the transmission apart. And here's, you can see the pressure plate, flywheel, which that's another venture in itself. I gotta make sure those bolts come out, and then I have to have a special what do you call it, the special socket for a 12-point. Well, I guess you could buy a Harbor Freight. But so far that's what I'm gonna have to do right now. So I'm gonna take the transmission down and clean it inside and see how that goes. Alright, that's the progress so far. Okay, I took the transmission out. It was really full of grease in there, and just finished cleaning it all out with this carpet cleaner, brake cleaner. And so this one's a little bit different. This spring goes up and down right here, up and down. Usually it's go in and out. This one's up and down. This car is from Canada, so I believe that's the reason why it's different. But yeah, so it was really greasy, and I cleaned the best I can out of it, spray everything, wiped it down several times, so that's okay. Then I'll grease the input shaft here, and this tube also. I'll pretty much grease it up with a little bit of oil, and then the bearing that goes in there, that actually moves up and down. I also will grease up the inside of the bearing, which I'll put it inside these forks right here. So this input shaft and the tube and the fork will be greased a little bit, slightly, you know, all-purpose grease, and the bearing inside. So let's take a look at. So I'm pretty much done with this, cleaning it. So I gotta go and change the hold up. Okay, here's the disc right here. Pressure plate, and I got the other one on the floor over there, so I'm gonna have to start taking this apart. I guess it has these 12 point pins, so I believe I have the socket for it. Yeah, I don't want it to, you know, grind on it and just kind of dull the bolts, and then I'd be stuck with a pressure plate right on top of it, which I also got to take the flywheel out. So these couplings right here is very important. I'm glad they didn't fall out, because that's what will help me align the transmission on back in there. So when I lift it up and I'll jack it up, make sure it's lined up in there. These will hold that in there, bolt it, and to make sure that don't fall off. Because if you lose that, it just give it a bad alignment and stuff. You know, lines up the transmission pretty bad. So let me go ahead and get the socket ready to unbolt this and see how that goes. Anyway, here I took it apart, and this pressure plate here, it's got a lot of burn spots. See all these spots all pretty much burnt out right there, kind of took off. And this looks okay. This is kind of smooth. Doesn't seem a lot of burn spots in this one, sorry. Oh, it looks okay, and this don't seem too much of bad burnt. Yeah, I guess it seems like this pretty much looked like it was burning apart. Made USA, good quality stuff, I guess. And let me go get the other one, see, compare it. Okay, this is the one I need to put in there. It's made in Japan. You see, I notice how thick it is, a little thicker. And this one is really thin, flat. Probably didn't get any nice groove. This one seems to have these nice little grooves in there. You see them. So yeah, it was due for the clutch replacement. And these don't look that bad. The pressure plate there and the flywheel, you know, I think it just seems to not to be not quite much of a burn spot. That's what was the more main concern, if there was burning there. So I'm gonna take the flywheel out, bolts out, use the same socket, not the same socket, but a different size socket, but the same kind of style, 12 point of bolts. And I just wanted to show you this coupling. The new flywheel I have here is I have to put this new coupling inside here. You know, I use a rubber hammer. I guess I'll grease this little, just slightly, so then when I put it here, hit it down with a little rubber hammer, then clean off any excessive grease in it. And here's the pressure plate. Now this is the bearing that I got for the other one. So this is pressure plate right here, and this is the bearing I have for the other bearing replacement, which should be around here somewhere, but I haven't done that because I have to grease up the input shaft. So I'm gonna just do that right now. Put the coupling in here, take off the flywheel bolts, put on this flywheel, and then I'll come over here and get the pressure plate and also the pressure disc, and put it together and use a special tool. See if I can find that tool. This tool right here, this tool that came, is a little plastic tool, and just slide it in so you can line it up, and it kind of helps out. I'm not sure if I had to cut this part right here to get it in there just so this could work, But that's my progress so far, and I'm gonna do that right now. And then I'll show my extra progress right now. So let me take the flywheel out right now, and then continue my work. It's still sunny, summertime. It's like, you know, going to even 9 o'clock. The daylights are pretty much daylight, so I gotta take care of that. Okay. I took the flywheel bolts out. It was kind of hard to figure it out because it just didn't want to budge, you know, and I seemed like about to strip the bolts. But I had to put a socket and a extension right on this side to the teeth at the flywheel, and a screwdriver right on top of there, so hold in place while I pushed in on the socket. Pushed in on the socket like this, as so. Push inside, and then push one hand in and one hand pull, and I got to take each one of them out. I guess also when I take these out, when I put the new flywheel and I put these out, I had to put lock bolts in it. It's that blue stuff, that blue liquid you put on bolts. You got to put that on the bolts so that while it's spinning and vibration and heat will loosen up the bolts. And you want to make sure you don't do that. It doesn't fall off while you pretty much driving. So you got to make sure you put it nice and secure. So they recommend you put that blue bolt, I believe, or something like that it's called, and to tighten up the bolt much better so it won't actually come out as easy as vibration and stuff or heat from the when you wear and tear the clutch. So this is what I had to do, take that flywheel out. Finally got the bolts, see how they easily move now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the flywheel out and replace the other one in there. Okay, I'm gonna start doing the flywheel now, making the bolts. Now this is the blue thread lock. This is what you put in here. This is what I was talking about, sorry. And you do each one. And then you bolt it in there. So this is what I'm doing next right now. And gonna put it inside the flywheel and bolt it down. Use the same socket to lock it in. And then done with the disc. Now I have to make sure, see the little oil stain there? That has to be cleaned out with a brake fluid. You know, brake cleaner and stuff, or alcohol. Just wipe it down. It has to be really clean, because you know, if you have any oil in there, what it do is it will slip when you're shifting. So you want to make sure that it has a nice grip to the disc, you know, pressure disc and stuff. So it's important. Now you notice that I also put the coupling inside there, so it's moving along, so that's good. Make sure I did that before I actually bolt it down, so then you have to take it all out and put it again. So that's important. So this is what I'm gonna do now, and then I'm gonna start putting the pressure disc and the pressure plate on top of it. And while I do that, I have to put the tool inside here, inside between them, so it lines up right. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and continue that to the next one. Okay, I got the pressure plate and disc. I cleaned the inside, you know, the disc part, cleaned it. It's got dirty again, I guess. I'm not sure. How did it get dirty? Paper, I guess. And you know, make sure that it's nice and clean out of oil, any residue like that. Also this part too. This top part goes in there. The reason why the spring's in there, when it locks in place, is gonna jerk the disc a little bit. So the spring kind of, like, you know, rotates, take the impact, like pretty much a spring from a car takes the impact. The struts, springs, coil type deal.